So now we're gonna start reassembling the rear, all of the suspension parts and trail arms and all of that stuff. This is the undamaged side, so this should be pretty straightforward, I think. We need to connect this little rod here also. It's for the ride height sensors. The center here is set for medium because I don't know where to start. I'm guessing we're going to go for maximum at the camber adjustment. You just need to get the car on the wheels at first, and then you have to take it for the real alignment. It's really nice with all the spherical bearings. You can just tighten up in every possible direction, so you don't have to level everything out to get it into ride height before you tighten it. It really eases up the work. Now I'm gonna try to put on the whole wheel assembly with the upright and the shock and drive shaft and everything. We'll see if I manage by myself or if it's too heavy. So with a little bit of behind the scenes drama, I managed to get it in place. So now we can continue with the installation. I'm gonna tighten this one up later when I have the toe link in place. Maybe it's easier to get this one off. I'm gonna redo them later with Loctite, so I'll just hand screw them in. I have some really bad experiences with drive shaft not being mounted with Loctite, so okay, then we can lower the car again. Actually ready to put the brakes on here also. And the rear brakes, it's second-hand PFC full floating discs, 390 millimeters. The only difference is there's a parking brake inside here. I looked at it, it has no visual adjustments, so just hoping that it's good enough by itself. Just gonna pop the pads in. There's a lot of variations between the bolts. Most are hexagon, various sizes. Very common is 12, 16 and 18. And there's inside hex, and then there's Torx. You can put this fender liner on also. There's supposed to be an air guide down here also, but it's kind of dented, so I don't want to put it on. We start off by putting the rear arm also in neutral. So we got the bracket for the rear bumper or the ducktail mounted. When we dismantled the car, we noticed this bracket on this side was broken. Thought no big deal. This one is supposed to go here. Took it loose, starting to search for numbers. There were no real Porsche specific numbers on it. Talked to the dealer today, they're not so specific. So you'll have to buy a new bracket, and a bracket is like 550 euros. So we will either try to print a new one ourselves, or I'll need to search for a second-hand one. I think earlier today Niklas ordered a scanner, so that we will try to scan it and print one ourselves. We'll see how it goes. So now we're gonna assemble the last part of the brakes. This is the side where everything was missing. So thought we had gotten everything, but we found out that the bolts for the caliper were missing. This caliper we bought second-handed. Haven't really looked at it yet, but it was a kind of interesting struggle because I found this caliper, used one in Sweden, And it was from a GT4, not an RS. It had ceramic brakes, but the GT4 has slightly smaller brakes. I think they're like 10 or 20 millimeters smaller in diameter, at least in the rear. So, but my thoughts that were like, they don't make that many versions of the calipers, so it should be suitable. And the company that sold it checked it out and said no, it's not suitable. They were looking at the chassis number of my car and of the donor car, and they said no, it's not suitable. But I didn't give up, and I asked them to have a look at the casting number from my researchers, they were supposed to be the same. And then they came back to me and said, yes, the casting number is the same, but also another funny thing is, when they're supposed to mount it on a car, they put a sticker on it with their very specific article number. So, and this caliper, who has been fitted on a regular GT4, has the same stamps that my car has. And as you can see here, it says GT4 RS PCCB, which is very strange because it's not fitted on a GT4 RS. And when I check them up in the system, they're not suitable for each other. I'm not really sure what Porsche is trying to achieve with this, but they're just making it very difficult for everyone. There's some moist or oil residue or something here that I want to take away. Just put my pads into place. This is the same slightly used pads that's on the rest of the car. It's going to be enough for us to get running. Looking at the caliper now, turns out there is something different between these cars. This one should be on the other side, but there's not a problem. We just move them around. It's the caliper base is the same. Maybe then the regular GT4 has it on the rear, because this is a left. Interesting. Yeah, we just changed the pipes. It's no big deal. Now we're gonna tackle the harness for the Lambda sensor. The sensor is new, just like the catalytic converter bus. I don't know if you can see, this one is busted, so got a new one. Just gonna try to get this one out and on with the new one.
Yeah. Moment of truth. Now this episode has come to an end. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up, and see you next time. Cheers.